Ranked matches are the single greatest thing to ever be introduced to a multiplayer game, but it's also one of the worst things to ever be seen in competitive games. On one hand, the very idea of gaining a rank so people know how good you are has millions of people playing day and night for years on end. On the other hand, ranks can become addicting to the point where it's the only thing you do for years on end. Ranks are also a reason games are so toxic, and I don't mean the good toxic.
Fucking game is tough.
Shoot a gun,
I
dog.
am
Learn how
playing
to
the
fucking
game. I'm
shoot a
using
gun,
a
you
fucking
pussy
riot
bitch.
shield. What else do you want me to
Oh,
fucking
riot shield! I'm a pussy that use riot shield.
Oh,
Fucking
now I'm a what do you
Shut
want
the
me to
fuck up,
use?
faggot.
You
Look
tell
at
me
you,
what you
you're
want me
10
to fucking
prestige.
use.
10
You piece of
prestige, you
shit.
fucking
You
fag.
tell me what
10
it's fucking
prestige.
is. Huh?
I mean the bad kind. Like people who are obviously better than you play whoever they want and only go for kills. It feels like developers have no clue in how to make a ranking system. They were in chess club their high school years and were like, "Hey Jimmy, no, I'm not gonna wrestle with you, I swear. Um, remember those chess club days back in high school? Yes, the good old days. Um, so you know that multiplayer game we're making? What if we use the ELO system for our multiplayer game? No, I know chess was a 1v1 dual strategy game, and this game's a team-based FPS, but I mean, it could still work, right? Now, the ELO ranking system is actually a very good system, and it's actually quite complicated. So if you want to learn more about it, then there are tons of videos on YouTube. But I'll tell you the very basics. The ELO ranking system originated from chess. It gave the players a set ELO from 0 to 3,000, 1,500 being the average. And every time you win or lose, you gain or lose points. Now take Siege for instance. Rainbow Six uses a modified ELO system called MMR. Again, there are plenty of videos that go in depth on this. So the MMR is essentially ELO, but it takes the average of the whole team and matches you against another team with the same ELO. And if you play Siege, you might always wonder why you get so much ELO in the beginning of a season, and as you continue to play, you get less ELO. That's not because they are punishing you for playing more. That's because they don't know where you belong yet. And the more matches you play, the smarter the system gets. Now here's where our first problem arises. You could play 100 matches a season, you go half and half, and now you're right where you started at the beginning of the season. Now it sounds like the system was doing its job, right? Keeping you where you were supposed to be, but you were top fragging every single game, keeping your team in every single game every single time. The games you won were solely because of you. Now, all because your team was worse than you. Now you're stuck silver too. Then why don't games add performance into play as well? Without me explaining why, this sounds like a total opposite of a fix. But let me explain. Have you played Apex? More specifically, Apex Ranked? That game has a great balance of team cooperation and your own performance coming into play. There are three ways of getting your points up. Kills and assists, which give you plus 10 points, but the points cut off after a total of 5, meaning you can still get kills and assists after the 5 threshold, but you won't get any points for them. Say you go 3-2 in your kills and assist ratio, then the points will be cut off for future kills and assists. Now, the other part is the placements your team gets during the game, which goes all the way up to 100 if you win a match, plus gives them a multiplier to your kills and assists the further your team ranks in a match. Now, Apex is a battle royale. It has this system in play because you can't consistently win a battle royale, but their system could work in an FPS as well, with a few tweaks. What I mean is, what if in Rainbow Six, every rank had a fixed loss every time you lose? So, copper, 10 points you'd be losing, bronze, 25, silver, 35, gold, 50, plat, 75, diamond, 100, and champion, 100. Now, let's add the ability to win points with your kills and assists, the same way Apex does, but with a twist. So the max you can get still is 5 kills and assists total, which equals 50 points. But that's only if you win. If you lose a game, the threshold on kills gets bumped up to 10, and every kill and assist are only worth 5 points now. Why do that? Well, now if you lose, you have to get 10 kills or assists to make it to the 50 points. Sounds simple, right? The MMR gap would have to be further stretched for it to be balanced, but that would be easy to do. Now you can get points yourself, and there's still an incentive for winning. Also, it's punishing to lose, but your loss pool would be less if you performed well in that game. Obviously, we don't know how well it would work unless it gets put into play. Could also work for any other game, with a few tweaks, but it's just a thing that's been bugging me for a while.
I can't with this game, dude.
I highly doubt many people will see this video, but if you're one of the few people that did, thank you, first off, and second off, I'm sorry for the audio quality. I know it's not the best, but I'm literally only using this mic instead of this mic. It was the only one I had, but I still tried my best. I know the editing wasn't the best either. You know, editing's just one of those things that come from experience. But hey, I mean, why not subscribe? Because I'm going to be making a lot more videos, and they will be a lot better than this one. With kind of the same format. If you like this video, I mean, you know, I don't know, do whatever you want, but hey, I mean, watch this Warzone victory.
You're not even alive.
Do you have like a smoke or something?
Nah.
It's a 2v2 right now. They both got snipers and they're just suppressing fire us. We have circle though, you chill.
Surprise, bro. Never heard you before. That's how we gotta play. They have self-res this last two.
That's it. Oh, welcome.
3, 2, and 1.
Wrestle